जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ಲಕ್ನೋ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೆಗೆ
হায়দ্রাবাদ 50 এক্সপ্রেস পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो
Well, I tell you what, the first 10 overs were kind of dull. Yeah, it was just this game was cruising along. But geez, the back 10 have given us some solid entertainment. And those last 5 are box office blockbuster stuff. The captain, Ruturaj Gaikwad, let's talk about him. His second century in this tournament. He has got 108. He's been not out of 60 deliveries. Shivam Dube, my God, we've seen some big hits from him. But this was a proper innings today. 66 of just 27. I mean, he has just been spectacular. 250 kind of strike rate. And for the bowlers, for Lucknow, well, the back 10, they've just been looking at the ball disappear. They've got whiplash from just seeing the ball go. 210 is what Chennai has ended at, the loss of 4 wickets. Remember, we thought that this would be a pitch that would be a dog fight. A certain friend of ours, Matthew Hayden, told us that. So he will be hearing from our lawyers.
Sorry, just messaging him now.
Yeah.
He's useless. No, love you, haters. Love you.
It is just, I mean, it's just the kind of batting that has happened, hasn't it, Dooley?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Gaikwad, we talked in the comm box about the fact that if he could stay there, it looked like it was not easy to come out and score straight away. We saw that even from the top 3 outside of Gaikwad. It wasn't easy to play. Ball didn't look like it was coming on that well. His innings was just superb, absolutely superb. Some of those shots in the power play, the timing, the way he went to his 100 with the 6 and the 4, that is a captain's knock. And, we said it as well. He's just got to be open in the batting.
Yeah.
It was a mistake to move him to 3, and thankfully they've got him back in the rightful spot, and that was just simply brilliant.
He's claimed it. He actually has the most 50-plus scores for CSK, so he's just been brilliant. But just today, even in the beginning when all the others were struggling, there you go, the number of times he's done it as Chennai opener, and you know that Chennai doesn't move their openers around too much, so everybody who's there has had long extended runs. You can look down 59 for Duplessis, Hussey, Conway, Murli Vijay 65, but he is just head and shoulders above. Such an unassuming character, Gilly. When you look at him, you don't think that he'd be scoring it doesn't naturally lean towards a 180 strike rate, 100 kind of guy, right?
Yeah, that's
more
right.
like solid workman. But geez, today, everybody else was struggling. He still scored his 50 at 180.
Yeah, that's amazing stat, that one there, about the most 50s. That's pretty good heritage pedigree to come below him there in a successful, equal most successful franchise. Stephen Fleming said a nice quote about him, about his demeanour, his calmness. He's one of the great raps ever. He said it reminds him similar to MS and the way he leads. And he's just got that sense of respect without going and garnering or trying to canvass people to gain respect. It's just there. It's just a natural leader's quality. So, and that's filtered beautifully into his batting. That was exceptional. That was a real touch of class. Backward a point, just almost picking pace up as you bring the bat down, lacing it backward a point. And then the power game and just the pickup. He doesn't overhit it. You can see Dube, he's a big man, muscles it and just gets it brute force over the boundary. But Gaikwad was, as I say, a touch of class. That was, I think it might be coming on a little bit more, bit of dew coming in, but early, you're right, Doull. It was slow going. Look at Jadeja's numbers, 16 off 19, and he really went at a couple as well. So that was one right out of the box. I think that's probably inflated the total a little bit to what it might normally be on that track. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to take some chasing now.
We got to talk about that actually, because people look at this innings and say, the first 10 came at just 8 and over, and then the rest have come at 13 and over. So what happened? Something did happen, right? Even scientifically, something did happen. Is that we were told that they'd be due after 8 o'clock, so it got pretty wet in the second half of that innings. which means that you still have to bat. I mean, you still have to hit those big shots, but just got a tad easier. So no criticism to the ones on top who were struggling.
No, not at all. And I think what happens with the ball is, as it goes across the outfield, the pitch itself doesn't really dew because grass. You need a decent amount of grass for the dew to sit on top of the leaf. So the pitch itself doesn't really get dewy at all. Just the ball. The ball just gets that little damp nature on it.
Yeah.
And the cutters become harder to bowl. And it just slides onto the bat just a little bit more. So therefore the batting becomes a little bit easier. So with that new ball in the second innings and then throughout, it's probably going to be easier to bat. I don't think it's going to be an easy chase to hunt down for Lucknow, but they will have the better of the batting conditions. And I think we saw the off-pace deliveries weren't working that well at the back end. Most of them got a couple right that sort of went through and just held a little bit, but they weren't working all that well at the back end. And it just became, relatively comfortable for them to hit through the line. So that tells me that it's probably a little bit damp and a little bit easier to bat.
Yeah, but the conditions didn't matter to Ruturaj Gaikwad today because he was scoring at that clip right through. He has dominated. He's dominated every bowler. Never looked like anyone rattled him at all today, did it?
No. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, he faced everyone. I know it's a tough question. Yeah. There's a lot of data to go through. He faced everyone. It just never looked in any trouble.
Yeah. No, it was just an all-round classy display. Access the ball to most parts of the ground, ran between wickets well, got the most crucial single of his career. Second last ball. And he would have been lynched if he didn't get him on strike, wouldn't he? But brilliant job by the captain all round.
They took away. I mean, LSG went away from what has been a good strength for them as well, though. And again, we go back to the matchup situation. That I'm not a fan, and you take Krunal Pandya and Ravi Bishnoi completely out of the game just because Dube is batting.
Yeah.
And so they're left having to bowl Stoinis 4 overs, who in the end wasn't terrible. They didn't bowl poorly, but you just, at some stage with the ball sliding on, you are going to get met. And Krunal is smart enough to bowl those quicker, fuller balls. He bowls good Yorkers. He can float the odd one wide. He's a smart enough bowler. So just to completely go away from those two bowlers, him and Bishnoi, I think KL probably just missed a trick. 1 over.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been any worse.
Well, I was going to say, what did he end up on, Dube?
66 of 27.
Yeah, so I can't imagine there being that much more carnage.
No.
With a skillful bowler like Krunal Pandya.
Yeah, exactly.
Bowling, or even just trying to give Bishnoi some confidence and trust and say, go and do it, try it for 1 over for me. But I don't think the damage would have been much worse, and it might have even worked in their favour.
Yeah, it's almost becoming predictable, isn't it?
That's the thing.
Well, for the batter.
Yeah.
He's going, I know what I'm going to get served up.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've spoken about this in terms of Bumrah as well, right? Where the opposition batters are just, I think we spoke about it during the Hyderabad game where they said we knew they'd be holding Bumrah back for Klaasen.
Yes.
Right? So it just, you show your cards before the hand is even dealt. So I think that happened. Look at how the bowlers went for Lucknow. Obviously, there was a fair bit of carnage. They've given away 210. But there, Krunal Pandya has bowled his 2 overs 15, not come back to the spinner, as has Ravi to Dube, as has Ravi Bishnoi, bowled his 2 overs for 19. So he's not come back as well. And Stoinis has gone for almost 50 in his 4. So I think this is the first time he's bowled his full quota in this season. So that becomes tough for him as well. But you're absolutely spot on. And with their partnership has been, it's anywhere going. So your plan's not working.
Exactly. The plan's not working. I mean, 3 guys have gone for, one's gone for 50, the other 2 have gone for almost 50.
Yeah.
So 1 over of Bishnoi. If it doesn't work, so be it. I get that. But just try it. 1 over from Krunal. Instead of bowling 2 apiece, they could have maybe bowled 3 each. Just try it. It might not have been any worse, as Gilly said, and I just think you're completely going away from some of your best strengths.
Yeah.
Just because you're worried about what the opposition are doing. Well, don't worry about what the opposition are doing.
Yeah.
Stick to what your strength is, and give those bowlers a chance to show you that they can do it. So I just get the feeling they missed a trick a little bit there.
I tell you what, they did miss. Opportunities early. They were so sloppy in the field. The tone was set early, wasn't it? There was a straight misfield through the legs for 4, and then the drop catch by Yash.
Yeah, by Yash Thakur, yes. Yash Thakur off Bishnoi's ball.
You got to be catching that. And there was, a couple of others and just some sloppiness out in the field. So look out, I reckon those boys, when they get the next training session, Jay all might have the little half bat out.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of those, haven't we? Mumbai were all, pretty ordinary in the field.
Last night, yes.
Lucknow were pretty ordinary in the field, to be honest. So, a couple of naughty boy trainings coming up.
I'll tell you what's happening with Shivam Dube, though, right? Soon we won't be able to say that he's a good player of spin because no one's giving him spin.
Exactly.
It was in a time long ago.
When they gave him spin. But what they are doing is, you're making him a very destructive batter of pace.
Yeah.
Because he's just pretty much, you have to understand, it's not he's hitting spin, he's hitting everybody. That's just the kind of form he's in. 66 of 27, 240 plus strike rate, 3 4s and 7 6s. Gilly, you must love this.
That's brilliant. He's so good to watch. Teams are going to forfeit soon. It's going to go, no, we're not bowling. Well, we can go on and on about that tactic, but you got to admire quality when you see it. And he has developed this game on the back of having been interrogated previously by short pitch bowling and asked those questions and having to work out and manipulate a way through. So initially it's, I know you'd know this as a quick bowler, is that initially it's just survival.
Yes.
So as a bowler, if someone's surviving that heavy artillery that you're firing, you've got to go, well, I've got to try something different now. Yeah. And that's what he's done. He's asked them to step into his office, and he's sitting there in the big chairman's chair just swinging happily.
Yeah, dispatching them.
Writing checks.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and cashing them as well. So that's what Dube is doing. I'll tell you, the next bowling meeting against Dube will be at Shivam Dube. Let's not bowl any spin at him. Let's not bowl any pace at him. That's the bowling meeting. Thank you. Dube is just standing saying, anybody? Somebody?
Someone?
Anybody?
Let's not get any wickets. Don't get him in. Maybe that's why they were dropping him early.
That's a good one. Strategic drops, as we call them. The partnership, we'll just show you that graphic because that is absolutely spectacular. Both the captain and him, 104 of 47. And, of course, Shivam Dube doing the lion's share of the scoring. So Ruturaj, you think Ruturaj means the baby brother. He's been the baby brother in that partnership. But he's not bad, the rate he's gone.
That's a great contribution.
That's 180.
Yeah, exactly. He's going at 180. He's going at his normal strike rate, but he's just allowing the guy at the other end who is on fire to take slightly more deliveries and giving him the opportunity to hit the ball out of the park. So it's a terrific. I mean, he's better, beautiful. Both have, but Ruturaj's innings today is as classy as I've seen an innings in this tournament this year. It really, I'm not sure there's been a better innings this year.
Big call. I love it. I'll just bring you back to Shivam Dube 1 second because as you may not have been aware, but Simon Doull Travel Advisory Services has been issuing boarding passes to the Indian team. Does Dube get one?
Yeah, he's already on the plane. Yeah, he's on my plane. I've got. There you are. Look at that. Rohit's flying. He's flying me down to the Caribbean.
So he's the pilot. I love that everybody has window seats. No aisle for anyone.
No aisle. No. I mean, we're going.
They found your extra window too.
Oh, good.
You didn't have that in the pre-game.
There's 4 spare windows at the minute. So if you run through my team there, obviously Rohit's there. Virat's there, Yashasvi's with Sky, Rinku Singh, Jadeja. Go to the top, we've got Kuldeep, Siraj, Akshar, Shivam Dube and Jasprit Bumrah. They are on the plane. They've been given boarding passes and they've picked their seats. And they've all picked a window seat, which is quite nice.
Which is good because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful part of the world. You want to have a look at it when you land.
So I've got room for both my wicket keepers.
Yeah.
I'm still undecided on both my wicket keepers. So I've got room for both of those. Another quick bowler.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
I'll tell you, I mean, there's KL Rahul. KL Rahul doesn't need to be on that plane because today he became a plane.
He did. He flew, didn't he?
When he took that catch, jeez, that was solid. I'll let the wicketkeeper talk you through it.
Yeah, it would seem like a long time ago for him, though. That's his issue.
Yeah.
But it was just 20 overs ago. And nice, healthy outside edge. Matt Henry's bowling, who did a good job, I think,
really
Henry.
Well.
The stats showed that. But, that great catch. Great athleticism to get there. Often when you dive like that and you get the ball, it wasn't sort of in that webbing part. It was, in the thumb, forefinger, middle finger. You got a good grip, but when you hit the ground, That's when it can get really challenging to wrestle it and hold on to it. But he got a good piece of it. So bit of training paying off, I think. Would have been.
Nice. That was pretty good from KL Rahul. And, of course, Matt Henry with his bowling. Now, the thing is that they've got 210 on the board and Chennai has not lost in Chennai. They won 3 out of 3. Can they make it 4 out of 4 is the question, Mr. Doull.
I think that they're odds on at the moment. I think they're in front of the game. I sort of, looking at it, you felt that 180, 185 might have been par.
Yeah.
Ball sliding on. There's no reason that Lucknow can't chase this down. They have to get most parts exactly right, though.
Yeah.
They've got enough power. I mean, if you think about what Dube has done, Nicholas Pooran is more than capable of doing the same sort of thing, if not better. Stoinis at the back end, but it is going to come down to that power play and the start they get. If they lose wickets, it just becomes incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
You get off to a flying start, all of a sudden KL and Quinny start putting some pressure on the Chennai bowling attack, then they're going to ask some questions.
There's trauma from 3 days ago that comes back.
Exactly.
As soon as that partnership goes.
The partnership up front, I think, in the power play is going to be crucial.
They've got Shardul Thakur in for Ajinkya Rahane, so the impact sub is there. So Shardul Thakur will be there with the bowling unit. So, yeah, they've got an interesting bowling unit there. They've got the options. And as we said, we saw Daryl Mitchell marking his run-up, so maybe he bowls a little bit. You, of course, have Patirana and Rahman, the Fizz, who've been in good form. Deepak Chahar, Tushar, Deshpande. There's a few options that they're carrying today, except in spin. They only have Ravindra Jadeja.
And Moeen Ali.
With this spin. Oh, there's Mo as well. Sorry, didn't see him bat. Sorry, Mo, forgot about you, but there you are.
They've got, what are you looking at? 5, 6, 7. If you threw Dube and Mitchell in, they've got 9 bowling options.
This is peak Chennai.
It is. There's 9 bowling options there. Only
Chennai do
the
Chennai
skipper,
things.
Dhoni, and...
Captain.
No, the skipper, Dhoni, and one other.
Just the
one.
And Rahane. Rahane's out.
No, Rahane
is gone. So, but that's it. Only the skipper and Dhoni. Those are the only 2 who don't bowl.
Yeah, sorry. There's only 2 that don't bowl, and the skipper and Dhoni. Sorry, 9 bowling options. Crazy.
And this is what Chennai does always. In fact, there was one time when I looked at their team, one of the years, where I said, I think they have 11 batters and 11 bowlers. I think they pretty much did. It was one of those years. I think they did. Well, anyway, we have to do our power play guesses, and obviously advantage right now with Chennai, but Lucknow has a good batting lineup. We'll let you look down it right now. KL Rahul and Quinny de Kock will want to get a good opening partnership against Chennai and set it up for other hitters later. There's Deepak Hooda, Marcus Stoinis, Nicholas Pooran, Ayush Badoni, Krunal Pandya. So it goes down, and they'll probably get another batter as their impact sub.
Who were their impact subs?
Impact subs to be.
Let's have a look-see.
There you
there you go.
Oh, DDP.
Yeah, most likely.
No, they'll probably get Krishnappa Gautam. Yeah, because they've got enough at the top. I don't think they need any more happening at the top, right? They've anyway got a Hooda coming up.
They'll wait and see. If they lost 2 early wickets, then Dev Padikal might be an option.
Okay.
To come in inside the power play if they lost a wicket or 2 in the power play. If not, they might need Krishnappa Gautham's power.
Okay.
At the back end, maybe, is another option for them.
Okay, well, we're going to do our power play guesses, but before that, I have to give you some information. Is that Quinton de Kock is out.
First over.
Scan him. Yeah. Deepak Chahar. Played
on.
LBW?
Played on. Yep.
Back.
Third ball. He's a gunner. Maybe the power play guesses change a little bit now.
Does yours change?
56. Is that what you were going for?
Exactly what I was.
Should
go somewhere around it. Go on.
Jumped in, shouldn't I?
Moved quicker.
Jump in his bed. Go on.
54.
That's brilliant. Love it.
A little parting gift.
58.
Oh, to see how winners are mistreated in society these days. This is what happens. Boom. It's like I feel like that car is... I can't get out. What's going on here? Let me out. I'm going to crawl out of the boot now, all right? We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over on Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then. And the only thing I want to say to Dooley and Gilly is, no dinner for you. No soup for you. All right. I'm Gaurav Kapur. You were watching Cricbuzz Live. Thanks for watching. No soup for you.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ তিরুচিরাপল্লী।
হাইড্রোব্যাকো 50 এক্সপ্রেস পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন।